Healthy morning, students. We have already started chapter number 10 uh, up to topic 10.4. Today we are going to study after 10.4. So first topic after 10.4 is 10.5. Here it is. You are learning chapter 6 that 2 points are sufficient to determine a line. That is, there is one and only one line passing through 2 points. A natural question arises: how many points are sufficient to determine a circle? Take a point P. How many circles can be drawn through this point? You see that there may be as many circles as you like passing through the point. Now take 2 points P and Q. You again see that there may be an infinite number of circles passing through P and Q. What will happen when you take 3 points A, B and C? Can you draw a circle passing through 3 collinear points? No. If the points lie on a line, then the third point will lie inside or outside the circle passing through 2 points. So let us take 3 points A, B and C which are not on the same line, or in other word they are not collinear. Draw perpendicular bisector of AB and BC, say PQ and RS respectively. Let this perpendicular bisector intersect at one point O. Note that PQ and RS will intersect because they are not parallel. See figure. Now O lies on the perpendicular bisector of PQ of AB. You have OA equal to OB, as every point on the perpendicular bisector of a line segment is equidistant from its endpoints. Prove in chapter 7. Similarly, as O lies on the perpendicular bisector RS of BC, you get OB equal to OC. In short, no need to read this all. Let us directly move to theorem 10.5. There is one and only one circle passing through 3 given non-collinear points. That's it. This statement only they are explaining through these 3 paragraphs. See, we know very well that a line passing through all the point. If a line passing through all the points, then these 3 points are called collinear points. If single line cannot pass through all the points, then that point are called non-collinear points. Now we know very well that if I point 3 collinear points, from 3 collinear points we can draw one and only one line. Okay. Now same way, if I want to draw the circle, then if I take collinear points, so are you able to draw a circle? No. From 3 collinear points we cannot draw the circle. But if I take 3 non-collinear points, these are the 3 non-collinear points. So from 3 non-collinear points we can draw a circle. So from 3 non-collinear points you can draw only one circle. So one question arises in our mind: from one point how many circles we can draw? Let us draw the circle. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8. From one point we can draw infinite circles. How many? Infinites. Same way if I take 2 points. So from 2 points how many circles you can draw? Again infinite. But if I take 3 non-collinear points, remember 3 non-collinear points, then we can draw only one circle. So through one point we can draw infinite circles, through 2 points infinite, but through 3 non-collinear points we can draw one and only one circle. That is theorem 10.5. Example is not part of your course. Exercise 10.3 is also out of course. Now 10.6. This sentence you have to copy in your book. Length of the perpendicular from a point to a line is the distance of the line from the point. Length of the perpendicular from a point टू ए लाइन इज द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द लाइन फ्रॉम द पॉइंट, यानी कोई भी अगर आप पॉइंट ले लो, उससे अगर आप परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करते हो कोई भी लाइन के ऊपर, जैसे मैंने पॉइंट पी से लाइन एल के ऊपर परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ किया है, तो इस पीएम को लाइन का डिस्टेंस बोला जाएगा। पीएम को क्या बोला जाएगा? लाइन का डिस्टेंस। कहाँ से? पॉइंट पी से। लेकिन एक बात याद रखना कि परपेंडिकुलर ही होना चाहिए। अगर आप ऐसे ड्रॉ करते हो लाइन, तो हम इसको डिस्टेंस नहीं बोल सकते, कि डिस्टेंस कभी भी स्लांट नहीं होता है। क्लियर? check it out. Now the measurement of this chord is phi. The measurement of this chord CD is also phi. So that means these both chords are congruent, both chords are equal. So just think about the measurement of OM and how much it will be. Suppose OM is 3, then ON also will be 3. So what this figure saying कि अगर कोई भी सर्कल में टू इक्वल कोड अगर आप ड्रॉ करते हो, इक्वल कोड ड्रॉ करते हो, तो सेंटर से वो दोनों इक्वल कोड का डिस्टेंस भी कैसा होगा? सेम। ओके, विच इज अवर नेक्स्ट थियरम 10.6। इक्वल कोड ऑफ ए सर्कल आर इक्विडिस्टेंट फ्रॉम ए सेंटर, यानी सपोज हम इक्वल कोड ड्रॉ करते हैं ए बी और सी डी, तो उनका सेंटर से डिस्टेंस भी कैसा होगा? इक्वल। अगर ये डिस्टेंस ओ एम वो 3 है, तो ये डिस्टेंस ओ एन भी कितना होगा? 3। सो इक्वल कोड आर ऑलवेज इक्वी डिस्टेंट फ्रॉम द सेंटर। क्लियर? देन theorem 10.7, chords equidistant from the center of a circle are equal in length. अब इसका कन्वर्जन, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई भी कोड का सेंटर से डिस्टेंस इक्वल है, तो उसका मतलब ये जो दोनों कोड है ये भी कैसी होगी? इक्वल। कैसी होगी? इक्वल। Okay, so this is the meaning of this theorem 10.7. See, this all statement you have to remember. Any MCQs fill up or answer in one word, they can ask. Now exercise 10.4. Before starting exercise 10.4, let me explain all the theorem that we have studied till now by taking examples, which is going to be useful while solving sum of exercise 10.4. First most important theorem is say 10.1 is equal chord of a circle subtend equal angle at the center. ठीक है, सपोज आपको ऐसा पूछा कि ए बी इज फाइ, सी डी इज फाइ, and this angle AOB is 30, then COD will be how much? It also will be 30, क्योंकि अगर कोड इक्वल है तो उनका एंगल सेंटर पे बनने वाला एंगल भी कैसा होगा? इक्वल। और 10.2 उसका उल्टा है, उसका कन्वर्स है कि अगर कोई भी दो कोड, इफ एनी टू कोड मेक एन इक्वल एंगल एट द सेंटर, देन दैट टू कोड विल बी कॉन्ग्रुएंट। तो PQ 3 है तो RS भी कैसी होगी? 3. Clear? Then 10 the perpendicular from the center of a circle bisect the chord. See, many sums we can form from this statement. यानी सेंटर से अगर हम कोड के ऊपर परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करते हैं तो कोड को बाइसेक्ट करता है। सेंटर से हम कोड पे कोई भी परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करेंगे तो वो कोड को बाइसेक्ट करेगा। यानी अगर बाइसेक्ट करना मतलब एम अगर मैं 5 लिख दूँ तो एम बी कितना होगा 5। ठीक है, आपको क्वेश्चन कुछ इस तरह से पूछ सकते हैं। ये मैं जितने क्वेश्चंस इलस्ट्रेशन ले रहा हूँ आपको कॉपी करना है बुक में। जैसे इन सर्कल रेडियस इक्वल्स टू 3 सेंटीमीटर एंड डिस्टेंस from center is 4, then find chord AB. This is just example, like if I draw a circle, okay, then center O A, here it is A B M. So radius is 3, so here I will write 3. Distance from the center is 4. We want measurement of this chord AB. So first of all check it out. OMB form right angle triangle, so I will Pythagoras theorem. According to Pythagoras, OB square equal to OM square plus MB square. So OB is suppose 3, OM is 4, then we want MB. So 9 equal to 16 plus MB square. सॉरी, मेजरमेंट में थोड़ी सी हमने मिस्टेक कर दी। मेजरमेंट में करेक्ट कर देता हूं। रेडियस जो है, रेडियस इज radius is 5 centimeters suppose, okay. Now apply. OB is 5, OM 4 and MB we want. So 25 equals to 16 plus MB square. Shift this 16, so 25 minus 16 equal to MB square. 25 minus 16, 9 equal to MB square. So MB will be 3. Okay. So now we know very well कि MB is 3. Then according to this theorem 10.3 कि जो भी हम सेंटर से परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करते हैं वो कोड को बाइसेक्ट करता है। तो MB अगर 3 है तो MB कितना होगा 3. So AB will be how much? 3 plus 3, 6 centimeter. Clear? So in this way they can ask the sum. Clear? This kind of sum you have to copy in your book. Then next theorem 10.4, the line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord is perpendicular to the chord. ठीक है, ये उसका कन्वर्स है कि अगर कोई भी लाइन अगर कोड को बाइसेक्ट करती है तो वो लाइन कोड से कैसी है? परपेंडिकुलर। ओके, .5 तो जस्ट आई एक्सप्लेन कि देयर इज वन एंड ओनली वन सर्कल पासिंग थ्रू द सेंटर. See, ratio of all theorem might explain. So that much thing you should know while solving the sum. So to solve exercise 10.4, these all basic knowledge you should know. Okay. So this 10.4 will solve in next video. So let's end this lecture. Bye. Have a nice day.